Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual pricing for $15,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 77-year-old male. Now, the first thing I recommend is going directly to our website. We've got these free quotes on just about every page. You just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way, and select the coverage amount. Enter your birthday and the rest of the info. Click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies with all the lowest rates in your state. And that will help you avoid all those plans out there that are terrible. You know those plans that you see advertised on TV or in magazines where they offer a super low teaser rate. And then when you get on the phone with them, they upsell you because it was so little coverage in the first place. Or avoid those plans that are 2-year waiting period plans, mandatory 2-year waiting periods. And they're going to be like up to 200% more expensive than other companies. So we can help you be a smart consumer. Take advantage of that. You can call our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you with all of that as well. Find out what you qualify for and what your rates would be. Now, the first thing you need to probably consider as a 77-year-old male is $15,000 going to be enough for your final expense needs? Now, typically that final expense needs would be either cremation or burial. So the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. And if you're going to have some sort of ceremony on top of the cremation, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. So what we would recommend for the cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn is probably $5,000 to $7,000. Now, obviously that's more than the cost of a cremation right now. But at age 77, we're kind of probably hoping you make it to 87. I'm hoping you probably wish that as well too. So what we want to do is we want to build in a little bit extra coverage just because we know inflation is going to cause things to increase in price over time. So that's why most people would look at $5,000 to $7,000. If you want a little more or a little less, we can certainly help you out with that. Now, if you're going to have that ceremony in addition to the cremation, that's probably most of the time we're helping people with $7,000 to $10,000. But again, if you're on a fixed or limited income and all you can afford is $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, you can start there. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend though is sometimes people will say, hey, I want to get, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and I want to leave money behind for my kids. Well, I can assure you one thing, at age, you probably shouldn't have started looking for this at age 77. If you wanted to do that with that much coverage, you probably should have taken care of it earlier in life, because I can just guarantee it's going to be a little on the expensive side for most people who are on a fixed or limited income. Now, if you find yourself blessed and have some extra funds available to do that, we can certainly help you out with that. But we're just always very aware that our clients, are watching their dollars, and we want to make sure that we're respectful of that. So keep that in mind. If you're going to get buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is around $10,000. So if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, they should be able to take care of that. It's not going to be very fancy, though. I can assure you of that. But it's hard to imagine they would say no to $10,000 and let you walk out the door and go down the street to one of their competitors where they will take it. Just understand it's not going to be very fancy at all. It's going to be very probably simple. But most of the time we're helping 77-year-old males looking for kind of right between $10,000 to $15,000. And just keep in mind that if $10,000 is what's fitting your budget right now, go ahead and do that, because we can always add more coverage down the road. But if you can do the $15,000, it's going to inflation proof you pretty well. So the one thing we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. That is really important. You do not want to plan with a 2-year waiting period. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, first day coverage, what that means is hypothetically, if your plan started today and you passed away tomorrow, the insurance company would pay out the $15,000 or $20,000, whatever it would be, whatever your policy was. And that's exactly what you want. You want first day coverage. Now, a lot of people would say, hey, I like the first day coverage, but I've heard they ask health questions. And they do. The first coverage plans ask health questions. And if you're worried about your health, that's our job. Our job is to worry about it, at least when it comes to the insurance. So that's why we work with so many different insurance companies. They all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And really right now, right about 95% of the time, we're able to get our clients first day coverage or benefits. So yeah, don't worry about that at all. Really, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage or benefits is if you had really significant health issues, like you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we'd probably refer you out to a different company. The other thing that seems to happen every week is we get a call from somebody and they say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home. The funeral director's not going to do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get a check in our hand to get some money to the funeral home director. And we have to let them know there's no insurance company in the United States that's going to issue a policy on a dead person. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that this person died and left this burden on their loved ones. They knew they were going to die. They probably thought they were going to take care of this at some point in the future, and they didn't make it. You know, they just went and died too soon. And what a terrible burden to leave on your family and loved ones. Because what typically ends up happening is people have to put this on a credit card, and now they're paying 26% interest. And they find themselves years later still paying on your funeral, which you should have taken care of. What a terrible legacy to leave behind. So don't be that person. This insurance is affordable. If you need, start small. You can always add more coverage later. So let's talk about the 2-year waiting period plans. Now, Colonial Penn is probably one of the more recognizable, I guess, probably best way to put it, recognizable. I think it's simply because they advertise those $9.95 commercials on TV. Seems like every 7 minutes there's one on TV. But yeah, that $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. You probably didn't know that. And there's other companies out there that have 2-year waiting period plans, like Mutual of Omaha, they're United of Omaha, AIG Gerber. Gosh, there's just so many other different plans out there that offer those 2-year waiting periods. And so many of these companies have done a really tremendous job at convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing you're going to qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we go, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Yeah, let us help you out there. But, you know, our 77-year-old male is probably watching that Colonial Penn $9.95 commercial, and he's probably thinking to himself, you know, I really outsmarted Colonial Penn because I waited until age 77 and now I'm ready to buy this, and I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Heck, I might even get $50,000 for $9.95. And then he calls up Colonial Penn and talks with an agent or looks it up on their website like we've done for you here. And he finds out that 1 unit of coverage, which is $9.95 for a 77-year-old male, is only going to pay out $493. So what good is $493 going to do? That's not even going to pay for a cremation. And it wouldn't really matter because it's got a 2-year waiting period on it, right? For any health or medical related cause of death. So there's a lot of people would say that these companies, you know, they offer these low teaser rates just to get you to call in and then hit you hard with the upsell to actually buy some meaningful amount of coverage. And we would never say that about Colonial Penn, but you may just want to formulate that opinion on yourself, by yourself, I should say. So, yeah. So the challenge with Colonial Penn is they max out at 15 units on the $9.95 plan. So when we click on that, you know, that's going to be $7,395. You can't even get $15,000. They sell it by unit. They don't. So that's the most you can get, $150. So let's go see what first day coverage would be here. So $15,000 male, age 77 right here. We're going to get quote. And again, this is $7,000 roughly for $150. So if you look at this, right around 160-ish, 169, depends on the company and what you qualify for. But you're getting $15,000 worth of coverage right here for roughly, there's just a little bit, smidge more, but roughly the same amount of money that you're getting $7,000 for. So why would you ever overpay so much and get so much less coverage with a 2-year waiting period plan? It makes no sense at all. You just need to be a smart shopper, and we can help you be a smart shopper and price check all these companies for you. But even these companies here, you look at some other ones, so 160, roughly 170-ish here. Let's go down and look at some other companies here. You'll be able to see all these different companies. 170. So this is about $20 more a month, like Lumico, first day coverage. But it's $20 more. That's $240 a year. After 10 years, you will have overpaid $2,400. And just understand that, you've automatically agreed to overpaying $2,400 the minute you sign up for this policy. So make sure you get the best pricing. Be a smart shopper. We can help you be a smart shopper. You don't have to know this stuff. You just have to know somebody who knows their stuff. Let's take a look, see if there's anybody else. Oh, like Lincoln Heritage here. They're a fine company, I guess. I mean, look at that pricing, though. Holy guacamole. And it is level coverage, first day. But yeah, the price is higher. So Lincoln Heritage has a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes and get the lowest pricing, maybe do a couple of other things, but it's not free. It costs you. It's higher premium to do that. So that's basically 224 minus 166. That's roughly $58 more a month. And do the math in my head, 58 times 12, that's roughly $696 more a year. If our 77-year-old male lives another 10 years, that's going to be roughly $6,960. You would have overpaid by going with Lincoln Heritage. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying $6,000, almost $7,000 for, after 10 years for a company to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple other things? It only takes an hour or so. Is it worth it? A lot of people would say that's a pretty great payday for the insurance company. I guess we would tend to agree. So what we recommend and what we help people with is we actually provide a free funeral and estate planning guide. And you can download that off our website and print it out, and then you just complete it. And you just document who gets what and what goes where and what you want done after you're gone. And just keep it with your insurance policy. And now when you pass away, your family's not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but emotionally, because they don't have to worry about a thing. All they have to do is execute your wishes and do everything, and they will know that they were taking care of everything exactly how you wanted to do it. And you even provided the money to take care of it with the insurance policy. So what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. They will know that you love them so much that you not only always thought of them in life, but you were also thinking of them in a time when you wouldn't be here after you died. And actually, that's a time where they're going to need you the most. So what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. So go to funeralfunds.com. We've got a special free quoter for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can actually get the lowest rates and the most discounts on that quoter. And you can call us at 888-862-9456 and talk with one of our agents. We can help you understand what's going to be appropriate and what you qualify for. But if you've got an existing policy and you want to price shop it to make sure you got the best deal, we can help you out with that. If you need to add coverage to an existing policy, we can help you out with that. If you are looking for a brand new policy or just want information about policies, we can help you out with that. But we really look forward to helping you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We look forward to talking with you someday about this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.